All right, what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. We had two trades today. We ended up taking a win on this short. We also had a break-even long in here where I moved at break-even. It actually would have ended up hitting take profit. I just didn't like how price was moving. I'm going to go over that tonight in the Discord, so if you guys want to join, link will be in the pinned comment. And if you guys need a discount link to Alpha Futures, that will be in the pinned comment as well. No camera today. I'm just going to get this one done really quick because we are later into the session. So coming into the day, let's back up here. Basically, I want to see some type of reaction eventually off of this 4-hour gap. I wanted to catch longs up to this gap, but we didn't end up getting any entries that I liked. Again, this 5-minute gap right here was the entry, but we already tapped in and I didn't like how it was moving. From there, price continued up and it ended up wicking into CE of this 4-hour gap. And we had a huge push up overnight at this point. We were super overextended to the upside. And I did figure that we were probably going to want to come down and rebalance some of this leg back down. And I noticed that we'd also left these equal lows. We had all of these equal lows right here resting within this hourly gap, and below it was resting a 15-minute gap. So I figured that maybe price was going to want to come down and rebalance that and tap into that gap before making a move again later in the session. So basically we pushed up, we're respecting CE at this point, and ES was doing the same thing. So ES, if you look over here, was also respecting off of this gap as well, this 4-hour gap. So basically, looked for the highest time frame inversion, and it was a 5-minute, but I seen that we were inversing on the 3-minute, so I had confidence in this trade. So I ended up just taking it off this 3-minute inverse right here, kind of wicked back in, ended up getting in somewhere in and around this retrace right here. Entry was around 878, and I ran stops pretty wide above these highs over here, and I basically just targeted all this push down. So I wanted to see my full take profit get hit, which was literally right here at, I think it was 670 or something like that, 673, I don't know. But regardless, I set an alert for when ES would sweep out the low, and it set the alert off. It literally ticked my take profit, and it didn't close it out. And as you can see, ES ended up sweeping out this low, NQ didn't. So as soon as ES swept that out, I went up onto my phone and I ended up closing out of the trade majority. I left one runner, but I ended up closing out on this push right here. I think it was around 705 or something like that. So I ended up getting or not 705, I think it was around 692, something like that. But we ended up having to close out majority on that reaction right there. And then I left a runner to see if we could come down and dip lower into this gap. But obviously I wanted to close majority out just in case, because I seen that ES had swept the low and I didn't want to risk an SMT getting put in against us, which is exactly what ended up happening. And the rest of the last runner got stopped out break even. So we walked away with the majority of the profit, which is the good thing. Again, price tapped into this 4-hour gap. We had a 3-minute inverse. We wanted to see all this sell side get run through basically and rebalance the leg. Wanted to see these equal lows get taken out and price to dip into this 15-minute gap. And we closed majority out here as soon as ES swept the low. Again, NQ never swept this low. ES swept the low. And I ended up closing out majority right here, left a runner, and then the rest got stopped out break even. So pretty annoying, but it is what it is. We walked away with the majority of that win. So that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Again, if you guys will join the Discord, link will be in the pinned comment. And that's it for me. We'll be back with a new week Monday and weekly outlook on Sunday. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.